sure my audio is right. Let's see here now. See if we can do it through Twitter now. Okay, so it's working through Twitter. Find out in a moment. Then go to Kick. Find out in a moment. Alright, hey everyone, how are you today? Just need to go and check in just to see if it actually functions. Bear me 1 moment. I just get so. See if the broadcast is actually working. Let's see. Alright, I guess that's how it works. Alright, so I have to do it like that. Create broadcast. Waiting for screen. Alright, and then I really need to figure out the settings. Everyone source. Okay, great. Alright, so it's functioning, it seems. It's kind of weird how it operates. Anywho, let's just see there now. Or continue on with anything. I need to actually see how this functions. Alright, now gotta go. Post. Now to continue. Shows. Where? Awareness. Alright, and post this. I should find on Twitter and then I can look into it. Is there a way of checking the chat log on this? Ah, so that's how it works. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So you had to do it through the phone. Alright, well that makes it a lot easier to actually understand that. Okay, that saves me having to figure out where that one is. So that's how people interact on Twitter. That makes a lot more sense. Good. That's easy now. I know what to do. So I'm just using my image reaction rather than having my face up. Just to save me having to do all this. And Akira making lovely art. Great job. Chum show. Yeah, I'll get to react in a second, don't worry. Let's see. Okay. So now it's okay. What I should do is go to my profile and go and do the other few things to at least get that right. Because I need to do a couple of things. Alright. Yeah. See. So for that, because I know I have it pinged underneath. Alright. Along it. Make sure the audio's off. Yeah, that's most important. Okay, that's alright. Just bear with me, everyone. And hi there. I have the chat log at least set up. If you want to say anything, I will read out your comments. If you have anything interesting to add about the situation with One Punch Man and how we can improve it as a whole, okay? I'm not using the webcam today, just a little tired. But yeah, just have a chat in there and try to discuss things and be mindful of trying to troll or anything, okay? We're actually trying to have a decent conversation for a change. Well, you can venture emotions. That's the whole point. If you have any disheartened takes, please tell me. Like, I will try converse and talk to you, but after that, I'm no guru like Uncle Iroh from Avatar, but I will try to do something right. Let's see here now. Just got this. As I previously shown with the Master Media's old video there about the situation with the anime industry and how you could help if you looked in the old previous posts from yesterday. Or was it the day before? What day is it today? Today is the 23rd. So yeah, it was yesterday. Jeez. I suppose staying up so late. I'm working. You never know. So yeah, I'll do this. Duplicate that. Then go back. Do that. Just to keep it simple, okay? So you can try type in something there just to see if there's anything interesting you want to add. Yeah, like I said, I have slow internet since I live out in the countryside. So let's see. One Punch Man. I'm covering season 3. We'll just look at it from a whole. I'm not sure if anyone else is actually trying to do this in their own way. And I appreciate anyone willing to have their participation. Okay? So, I'm just going to be reading out a few recent top posts, I guess you could say. That's I hate fanboys. They are cancer for progress, no more than direction spoken. I saw what? It hurts. It deserves better. Okay, that is not on. That's disgusting now. Why would you post something like that? Really? What are you thinking? Honestly. Since I have it on video, I kind of recorded it. So I was like, oh shit. Literally. But yeah, then Akira Kuwacha makes fun art every now and then for One Punch Man generally. Very talented artists. Go follow them. They're really busy, so they don't get time. Our purposes, characters, dialogues, etc. Be respected copyright holders as such. And then more people back a few days ago still talk about the situation, I can imagine, if I looked in the latest post. Since it's going to be in different dialects, just to be aware, just to know for everyone else's sake. Feel free. Just type in here. Yeah, it is weird though how Twitter's live stream works, you know? Just saying. Okay, so we'll have a quick look at most recent posts because like people are going to be constantly posting stuff about One Punch Man. So I'll just have a little scroll through and then I'll go look at Nicholas' next video. I'm not raw soon, but I will take a look into it, okay? Imagine being hated because you told your honest opinion about the project of One Punch Man. It's actually not a bad thing, but always important to check accounts. Seem like a good person. Okay, I like it. But yeah, One Punch Man Season 1, 8 out of 10. Beautiful operations. Fair, that's your criticism. Bro, One Punch Man fans are so delusional. Troll! But valid. I know One Punch Man, One Peak Man. Then let's see. Are you saying? Oh, is this comparison to My Hero Academia? To me, with One Punch Man, I had more faith in One Punch Man, and Boku Hero is killing it in every episode. I understand. You're not wrong, but look, that's their own animation studio at work. And then I'd like to cry. This is what One Punch Man is all about, man. You're really cool. Yeah, this is in the new illustration, by the way. If you go to Yusato Moriarty's tweet, people posted about the Cuban website where you can view it in the subbed one translated because there are translators that will get to it to make it easy. It's only a few pages long. Sorry, it's long, but it's still good. Still good. Bro is watching One Punch Man, bro's watching Peak. Oh yeah, I actually have the DVDs actually with me. I have season 1 and season 2 at the moment. I'm still raging I couldn't find One Punch Man physical copy for the game. Like, I am playing on the phone at the moment, but that's about it, really. So, anywho, One Punch Man season 2 had 6 months production. It's ridiculous. Same goes for this, only 6 months. Actually, it's meant to be 1 year, from what sources have said, but I'll let them decide if you wish to elaborate on your knowledge, actual knowledge. But this is what I've heard. Facts. Man, it's always been a headcanon. She got her strength in the same way Saitama did. Oh, must be something in reference. And they're still talking about the director deleting his account for legitimate reasons. So anyway, we should get to the matter at hand. Yeah, so I did this post again just to kind of reiterate my point about all the reactors recently there when One Punch Man season 3 took off. So as I gave my statement and then addressed trolls, not saying Nicholas Light, but his thumbnails kind of burned the situation. If it weren't for his thumbnails, actually he'd be fine. But it's just the thumbnails really got people egged on, and that's why they're all hating on him. And I don't blame them, but still, you don't do that. And I had a few conversations with people a few days ago. If you wish to add any more takes, and I'll try to give my own understanding and insight, okay? Like, there was a good few chat logs in here. Was this in here? It said about the spectacle soundtrack music, what's to come, the beautiful landscapes and backgrounds follows the manga, sound effects. When did I actually see this in my... Well, I did like it, but I never comment on it. Well, there's no really to say. It's fair in its own right. Yeah, but it almost follows the manga. It's missing a few panels. That's why I'm more concerned with why they skipped a few. I understand there's a time frame, but it made me wonder about that. So anyway, I'm gonna go to Nicholas Light and actually look at the other few videos just to debunk them because everyone seems to be trolling the poor guy. He doesn't deserve it. I know he has his way of saying things, but he's being honest and fair. He's getting to the point. Well, like I said, not everyone's gonna be well informed because no one knows the situation in Bandai Namco. So sorry, Nicholas, I got to go in here. So he did season 2 there only a few days ago, and he's only memeing with one frame man because, like, as we all know, and as I put in that little statement there about like where all the other things that other mangas are basically all frames are all done by frame in each of the episodes. Like I should see how Gara was sliding, and people got roasted for it. But look, that's just say full uncut anime reactions on his Patreon there, okay? Just for people to be aware. So, and then if you go down, you could probably that slide is the representation of season 3. Nick just dropped his best intro, yeah. Sure. We'll leave it to them. It's his own little community, so it's only fair. So, like, if anyone wants to comment to the chat log, just have a look. Now, I know Twitter's chat log is weird. I don't blame me. Oh, yeah, just make sure. Oh, yeah. And then, where's the volume? Should be okay. So, we'll see what happens now and what his take is, and then dissect it bit by bit, okay?
Hey guys, welcome to my One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 2 reaction. Everybody's telling me this is where the action begins. Last week was all about talking. The studio's putting all their resources and time into the fighting episodes.
I don't mean to be mad, but it just sounds a bit sarcastic, but look.
And what do you know? Today we have a fighting episode. Today we find out, is this really One Frame Man? or One Punch Man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been waiting all week for this shit. What I want from this episode is simple. I want animation. Not only for 1 minute.
Just about. I bet you the way people voted on not wanting to react to it. I say he's still gonna do it, but save it until after the accusations are done. I bet you I think that's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna hold off. Don't post anything, just save these, have them handy, then release them out. Like, voila. Well, that's my understanding. But look, we'll see how Nicholas takes the situation bit by bit with a grain of salt.
But for multiple minutes, for like 10 to 15 minutes, I want animation. It's an anime, I want animation. All right. Wow, look at this protest. Just like real protests. No movement whatsoever.
I gotcha. No, it was just in relation to what was going on over in America with certain protests. A lot of elderly, so basically they weren't moving, as the joke implies.
At this point, I'll join the monsters. I label the monsters the One Punch Man Committee. Bandai Namco.
There you go. He addressed the elephant in the room, being Bandai Namco, being the ones who were supposed to pour their opinions and hatred towards rather than the artists. Because, like, Bandai Namco's been making a whole bunch of art, games, this, that, and the other. They're the ones that people need to address their emotions towards, not towards Nicholas or to the animators, the JC staff, and the director, okay? So, let's see. Actually, I should have brought up that. Darn it. Just give me a moment while I just get up. Do that. Pull that over here. It's kind of funny how technology works nowadays. So, gonna go tabs. All right, which one? 16. All right, gonna restore you. Okay, come here. It's gonna buffer now because it's gonna be all a lot of tabs in one go. Bear a second. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, to kind of come back to where we're gonna be leaving off. Actually, it mightn't be a bad thing. Geez, my brain has become smarter. It seems. You know. So just give it a moment. So this will be the next chapter. That was first episode 2 in this case. Okay. Just to recap for everyone who's probably unaware, who haven't watched the episode. So if you really want to watch it, go to the manga website or to Shonen Jump and you'll find out. So it's just going to buffer and might be a bit laggy on your end or my end. So sometimes you have to trust that which you most fear. So One Punch Man. So as shown in the opening intro about the protesters slash worshippers and how it progress, you get some interesting bits of animations here and there. So we'll continue on as to where it goes. And also to address one more thing. Not the guide. Just to make sure these are loaded up. Now this is just a fandom of Bandai Namco in regards to games. Well, you probably heard of. Oh, look at that. Okay, put that down. Best-selling game franchises, best-selling games, best-selling arcade games, consoles, notes. So we'll go to best-selling games. Not saying One Punch Man will be here, but they've done Pac-Man, they've done Tamagotchi Generation 1, Elden Ring, then another Tamagotchi, Tekken 3, Digital Monster Digimon, Dark Souls, Tekken 7, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Tekken 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Tekken 5, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Tekken, Namco Museum 64, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, Tekken 6, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Tekken Tag Tournament, Tekken 4, and so forth and so on. Let's see where One Punch Man lines up, because it was done by them. So we'll see where it rated, because it wasn't open for long. And this may explain, based on what reviews have been saying based on the fandom, where One Punch Man lies. Just bear me a second. It skipped over, or it's probably not there. It's not there, that'd actually stink. My Hero Justice 2. My Hero 1's Justice 2. So is One Punch Man even there? Alright, well, it doesn't seem to be. Has Sword Art Online, God Ear. Like, God Ear is even in it. That's well underknown, but it was in it. So, not about One Punch Man. Let's see. Let's go back. Alright. We'll go. So, debut by year. So, One Punch Man should have been around here. And they would have had it, so I guess they left it out. Very strangely enough for the fandom to do that. But yeah, there's a lot to go through and such. Just to give you a heads up. And just look. So to check into each of these. Now just something for the people to be aware of. Bandai Namco cuts jobs and culls titles as game sector woes deepen. Now, when was this article done? This was done last year. And I know it sounds silly. Why am I addressing the workforce in Bandai? Now, as mentioned, AI is becoming a thing in certain sectors. I'm not saying they're implementing it into the industry yet, but my understanding is it's because it's become more costly. So management decided to cull the numbers. My understanding. But strangely enough, as I mentioned in the previous live stream, they got a partnership with Sony there. Sony bought some shares in Bandai with 2.5%, giving them an extra bit incentive. This was only done in July of this year. Bandai Namco Holdings is cutting its workforce after cancelling several titles in the latest sign that rising costs and plateauing demand are depressing the gaming industry's bottom lines. The Tokyo-based company is taking a traditional Japanese approach to reduce staff by sending workers to rooms where they are given nothing to do, putting pressure on them to leave voluntarily. Did you know that's actually a thing, it seems? Oh, actually, my apologies. I keep forgetting about that. Let's see, let's do that and do this. Just to make sure everyone actually sees what I'm seeing. I apologize. It's worse when the Windows screen does that. Everyone see what I'm seeing? That should make it better now. Good. That's why you have to look at your own screen sometimes. So yeah, this is the Japanese Times article, and this was done by Takashi Mochizuki back last year on October 16. Oh, they even did audio. So if anyone, wait, Bloomberg? Bloomberg. They're a Switzerland company. They kind of keep tabs on all the news in regards to workforce. Yeah, so I'll recap. Bandai Namco Holdings is cutting its workforce after cancelling several titles in the latest sign that rising costs and plateauing demand are depressing the gaming industry bottom lines. Tokyo-based company is taking a traditional Japanese approach to reduce staff by sending workers to rooms where they are given nothing to do, putting pressure on them to leave voluntarily, according to people familiar with the matter. Since April, affiliate Bandai Namco Studios has moved about 200 of its roughly 1,300 employees to such rooms and nearly 100 have resigned, said the people, asking not to name discussing private information. More are expected to leave in coming months, they said. And this was last year. And it could even drop more. Just in regards to why maybe something went on with One Punch Man. I know it has to do anything to do with the funding, but there might be hurt in Bandai's because remember each of the branches they're different. I'm not saying they're not losing out on money, they're just saving money in this case by getting rid of the workers. Such as Odashi Bayo or expulsion rooms, are sometimes used by Japanese corporations in a country with some of the world's strictest labor protection laws. Jeez. Employees are typically given no work-related tasks, but are left with the knowledge that their performance will give managers ammunition to cut severance when they do leave. Many employees use their time in such rooms to look for other jobs, which is not a bad idea, but still it's ridiculous. The company's shares slid as much as 1.2% Tokyo Wednesday. Bandai Namco said its goal is not to push employees out of the company. That's what was said, but 100 employees were made the choice to leave. Well, hopefully they got jobs. Our decisions to discontinue games are based on comprehensive assessments of the situation. Some employees may need to wait a certain amount of time before they're assigned their next project, but we do move forward with assignments as new projects emerge. A representative of Bandai Namco said, "There is no organization like an Odashi Bayo and Bandai Namco students designed to pressure people to leave voluntarily." That's probably a bullshit lie. Of course, they cannot admit that because that's business practice. Where you can't admit to anything that's not publicly known. Even if they're honorable, Bandai Namco is a storied name in the games industry, tracing its roots back to the introduction of the Pac-Man arcade title in 1980. Its current games including Dragon Ball and Gundam. Like its competitors, the company is now under pressure to cut costs and adjust to a post-pandemic drop in the time users have for games. Because really, the reception should have occurred a long time ago. Due to increasing inflation, I'm not saying this is a factor in as why with One Punch Man, why they're undercutting the budget. But remember, the last animation for season 2 was back in 2019, if I recall. And the animation, there wasn't any faults in comparison to seen in season 3. Not saying they're not wanting to budget it, but there must be a reason to it. And then after that, smartphone and online games have borne the brunt of cool sentiment, forcing Bandai Namco to overhaul its games title lineup, resulting in 21 billion Japanese yen in write-downs in the 3 quarters to December. So the other way people are playing online games now, so Bandai kind of had to adjust to all the situations. So that's why they're doing the more gacha games to try and make back money, which is a lot harder than posting actual video games. So it's kind of making them have to adapt and expand on all different platforms of gaming. So how does this have anything to do with One Punch Man? Now, if you do look, there is actually a game of it. Actually, I'll just go to it. Let's see. One Punch Man. Yeah, I have big fingers, so don't mind that. Road to Hero 2.0. I'm gonna type that. So if you look here, like One Punch Man, there are little gacha games. Really should have tried streaming it from my phone because I have it on my phone, but is there a way of actually playing it? I'll just see if I have any in my file. I'll look on YouTube, see if I played any gameplay of Bandai in regards to One Punch Man. So just bear me a second. Probably don't, from what I recall. I know I've only played One Punch Man on the PlayStation 4. Okay, so go to the channel. Videos. One Punch Man. Now, other than playing games and that, I know it's been a few years since I've actually played it, but I do have someone listed. But no, it doesn't seem like I played on the phone, which I should probably do to make more awareness and get people to play on gacha games, you know? Yeah, but it doesn't look like I did. Yeah, but basically, let's see, images would probably be a bit better. And correcting from that to that would be better too. Mobile. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, well, as you can see there, Google has images, just to give you an idea. So I just scroll across. You'll see different formats. So One Punch Man sees our 2.0 version there. If you want to download on your mobile, and I say there are ways of playing on tablet or PC, just for people who want to keep in touch with One Punch Man if you are out of sync with it. Like, it's a little game. It's not the same as the one on the PlayStation 4. It's still pretty cool. They do different fan arts and customization for the character models, which kind of makes them cool. Like, each of them get unique art styles every so often, which kind of makes it more interesting, you know? And then you can get different characters, you get from ranks and such. And that was back in the 2020 after when One Punch Man Road to Hero Nobody Knows on the PlayStation 4 was released, and when then they cut the online feature, they then launched this, which is ironic enough. They should have announced it in the gameplay. It would have been a good idea. Yeah, but get back to the situation with Nicholas's video on the reaction to episode 2 and see how he scrutinizes it. Sorry for that.
Oh shit! That was hilarious. I love Garo, bro. I really do. You know what I don't love? What I'm looking at. I can't wait to see him fight the monsters to prove that he's the ultimate monster. Because right now, the animation is monstrous.
Now, just saying, he missed a little scene. Surprisingly enough, did he? I'll go back there just to see. He clearly skipped something.
At this point, I'll join the monsters.
Kind of strange.
I label the monsters the One Punch Man Committee. Bandai Namco. Oh shit! That was hilarious.
Yeah, so he did skip that bit. How strange. Why would he skip that? Maybe he did react to it, but oh, I see. He could have edited it out. That could have been it. He could have edited that section out. That would make sense. So he did say he changed the thumbnail. That could have been the reason. He could have said something he shouldn't have. And I don't know what he said, but he must have known what he said was a bad take. Or it was a cool take. Or it could have been to do with just using inappropriate language that YouTube didn't agree with. That could have been another issue.
I love Garo, bro. I really do. You know what I don't love? What I'm looking at. I can't wait to see him fight the monsters to prove that he's the ultimate monster. Because right now, the animation is monstrous.
Okay.
What am I looking at? Windows? Here we go. Come on, Garo. Show us some animation. Beat their asses.
Now there's another little animation scene here, so just be ready.
Come on, there we go. You know what? It looks a little better than episode 1. Like if episode 1 was a 1 out of 10, this is like a 1.5.
And see the reaction speed. But it looks like to me, I don't know, it looks like there's a small bit edited out there as well from what I've seen. Either it's for Nicholas or the animation stuff, but I don't recall it being that fluent in motion
1.4.
from what I recalled.
He's not gonna attack innocent civilians. He's bigger than that. He doesn't waste his time with NPCs.
And
Oh,
now
look at
you
the
get the
animation on that
eat
sizzle.
scene.
Here we go. This is the big meeting.
He's skipping any of the relevant parts, ironically enough. Well, I suppose to copyright agreement still.
There she is. One of the
Yeah, I actually should recap over that just for people who are unaware on why it's a mess. I know you're probably like, why aren't you reacting to it? No, my whole point of it is just to address the elephant in the room. Okay, now we'll go here. So as I was showing, where parts were skipped, Garo clearly flicked your man when he was sitting down there. He was going to be attacked, got flicked, send him on the backsides, and then from there on, continues on to the restaurant, where he interacts with this individual. He pulls out a pocket knife, snaps it, and then flicks it. Yeah, it looked like Nicholas did edit a little bit there. I noticed. I thought I wasn't imagining because I'm pretty sure in the actual episode you could clearly see him go directly to his eye with a bit of intensity. So in them few fragments of the episode, he must have said some controversial, or he just did it like that just to get to the good stuff, for just the reaction and the action animation. See, he clearly did that in the manga, and this is in the episode as well. It's not edited out. So Gaara's chewing his food, so he clearly left it out, and then Gaara goes to want to eat more. So I'm just recapping over the episode where he's gone through, unless he goes back over and reacts to certain segments. Then he goes to drink, and then after that, he goes to Saitama where he's eating. Just to recap on where the episode is at the moment. Okay, everyone? So let's see what happens here with Fubuki.
two characters that are animated. Alright, help me out. Put the fries in the bag. Holy shit! There we go. That's my hentai director.
Yeah, it's only appropriate. Yeah, you can't dismiss lovely animations. You really need to make the quality show. Wink, wink.
Like, I get what we're doing. I'm not retarded. I get where this is leading. Okay? A meeting between Saitama and Garo. And then Garo proving that he's the number one monster.
Just hold on a second there. Just to make sure, because I think he did another small edit. I don't mean to scrutinize you, lad, but just wondering. Because I know in the first episode you didn't edit any of it. You did go through the whole lot. So now Saitama's worried about money. Then Fubuki comes, and this is where it interacts. As we're going on, she goes on to say, yeah, so there's small bits he's just calling out just to save tassel and just get to the meat of the animation. That's all he's doing by my understanding. I know there seem to be a couple of edits, so I'm just curious as to what Nicholas edited out in episode 2 reaction. I don't mean putting a bad limelight, but the fact that it was unedited and he has on the Patreon the uncut one, so you'd have to investigate there, and I'm not willing to pay for that. Not because I'm being stingy, because like I only am on Patreon to two other people. I don't want to be doing it for other people. Plus, I don't have the money to go spending it willy nilly all the time. But yeah, as Fubuki talks to Saitama and explains the situation, Saitama is going to order and get her chips. So as to there, we get back to where the waiter's just giving the portion of chips to Saitama for.
By defeating the monsters. Just because I'm talking about the animation doesn't mean I don't know what's going on. Y'all want to use that as a crutch, as a cope. Yeah, that's
As you can see with the sinister look. You'll see here now. Now the hog face is different. And he gets it right. And then from there, an incident occurs about the Dyna Dasher.
The face of being thrilled. Oh shit!
See right there? That's gold.
Dine and dash. That's a real crime, dine and dash. You know how many times I've done that shit when I was broke?
Oh,
Fries are more
jeez.
important.
Now, just to make sure with the animation, I'll just go back through it. See how it finishes off. He didn't pay the bill, and he does run out of the manga. You're eating too, right? Please take care of the bill. I'm eating too? No way. Times like this, how can this man be so stingy? So that's where it cuts off there.
Than the world. Here he comes. One Walkman. I'll admit it, guys. This is a step up, okay? Bro, every time I say something positive, I like being.
Yeah, but just to reiterate my point, I'm here to just vouch for Nicholas. From what I've seen of the reaction, just to make sure anyone on Twitter who's actually criticizing, you could look at my live stream videos for people to view and see he's not actually doing anything bad. He's given his own version, but clearly to my eyes, I've never seen him do anything to distrust or disdain One Punch Man in animation. I know he scrutinized a little, but look, that's a given for everyone. Everyone has their quirks and niches. You're always going to be a little picky, but that's normal. Other people I know in the normal One Punch Man community are just glad it's being animated. But everyone's just worried about the quality, you know? As understood from season 2 to season 3, it's a kind of a step up in a way.
Inside of Garo's mind. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like spending more time with Garo than Saitama. I love Saitama, but Garo specifically is such a great character.
Yeah, because, like, as I mentioned in my stated tweet about it, there are complex and simple ideologies of how people live their lives in One Punch Man. Now, I could have worded that different as to what I just said, but that's the idea of it.
He's such a fun character, bro. The ugly kid is back! Oh my god, Taro! Yeah!
Oh yeah, just no. Don't be throwing stones at other kids. That's just if you do that in real life, tell the kids to stop if you do see such things, because like I'm gonna hurt them. Just
Yeah! That ugly fuck! I can't believe he made it to season 3!
oh, here's the criticism. Get ready, everyone. Now I'll need to be aware if he does any edits. It's very possible, I'm not scrutinizing, but I say he's gonna.
Holy shit! One slide man. God damn, it went from one slideshow to one slide man. What the fuck was that? Bro, that was some Uzumaki running on the beach type animation. Holy shit, that was hilarious. Oh my god. Holy shit, people are gonna be talking about that on Twitter. God damn.
And he's not wrong. They're talking on Twitter. Absolutely not wrong, man. As everyone probably knows by looking at all the Twitter feeds, how many people have been ranting about that and memeing about it, even making video games about it. That's how good it is.
Damn, they dragged that PNG down the grass.
Literally, now you can't criticize him. You're not wrong. You can clearly see it's like, why is he just sliding down the grass like there's no interaction? He's just like phasing through the whole lot.
Look at that ugly cry face. Bro, every face he makes is ugly.
Oh yeah, just to know with Tario when he was bending over, they did change one thing if you paid attention. As we go along here, and the kids are throwing stones. his butt crack is showing. They kind of tucked him in there. They didn't show that part, which is kind of weird. How they couldn't just slip that in just for to make it funny. Even though he's a kid, I understand, but even still.
He's ugly. I'm only 18. Yeah, and Jotaro's a teenager. Why does this ugly kid get the best animation? Him?
Come on, he's a kid. Give him a break. But yeah, it really does make you wonder. But emotions are needed in some animations.
And Fubuki are the only two characters I've seen animated. Because he's a hero. This is what a real hero looks like. That's a hero's back. Listen.
Yeah, he seems to be cutting out sections of it. I wonder why. As you can clearly see it now, he's just doing it just to save any time. I know it's a full reaction, but even still, begs the question whether he edits it out for reasons that I'm not aware of, and that deserves a little criticism. And you can tell when Tario's face, it was kind of different in it as well. And I don't mean in a bad way, but getting the facial expressions aren't easy, especially when they're crying. But yeah, he did skip that part. And then he hears Saitama. This is where we're at now. Just to give you a recap, okay?
Listen. The voice acting and the music selection is better this episode. The pacing is way.
Yeah, the atmosphere in the background is very noticeable. It really makes suspense and tension. Not that much, since it's just tranquility, more or less, because there's no actual fighting at the moment.
Way better than episode 1.
Excuse you.
But there's too many shots like this where it's a mouth moving and a freeze frame, bro. Oh, here we go. That's how they meet in season 3. Because he dies and dashes. Let's see how long this.
Oh! As you probably heard, Saitama just dissed him.
Fight lasts. Is this gonna be like a comedy fight? Like a fast 2-second fight? A one-punch fight?
Pretty much.
Oh, dude. Thank God the dialogue is funny. Bro, imagine watching this shit without subtitles.
Oh, then trying to figure out what subtitles. I do that. I do try to figure out the situation. I've had to.
Like you're not understanding the Japanese. Like you would think there's nothing going on. You would think your monitor broke. I like the pacing of this episode. It's fun.
Yeah, they really introduced the aura in that. So let's just make sure. Not saying he's skipping over anything, just to give you contents of where it is now. As you can see, Saitama just forgives him, and he walks off, and he's about to call him out. But I do wonder, they kind of leave out certain words, which is something I do wonder about.
Every time I fucking compliment this goddamn anime, they hit me with a PNG shot like this.
Really?
Like, damn, let me see the fist like crunching and the veins popping out or some shit, bro. Bro, what is that wall? Oh, y'all gonna think I'm cherry picking, whatever the fuck the phrase is called, bro. I swear I'm not. I'm just being honest, bro.
Is he? Or is he not? No, I don't know how Goro stands. There is more veins popping out in the illustration here. Tario does hold him back. Then run up to it. There isn't any veins though, that's the thing. He does clench his fist. There's more veins on the knuckle part of his hand and his neck, as seen in the illustration. And he's about to, since there's bandages, that kind of masks the whole thing. Just to make sure people aren't just criticizing.
I am done, fake reacting to bullshit.
Yeah, the veins are on par.
What the fuck is that? These don't even look like the characters. What is that?
Well, actually, you're not wrong. The shading, the times the Saitama does have a blank face, they would have been usually darker. That is the thing. You're not wrong. There is criticism as to why it's bland in comparison to transparency, which contrasts there.
Is that what the manga frame looks like? I bet not.
Just to recap, just to prove his point. It's nearly, but it's more grainy. As shown. Like they did miss a bit of vein, and I don't mean to criticize, it's all down to their animations, that's normal. But they clearly deadpan Saitama's face pretty much, even the ear. And I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm just pointing out the similarities, and I just skipped it. You can see his ear was more detailed in comparison to this and his face. It's not as smooth, so yeah, he's not wrong. Well, that did deserve a little.
What is that? Is that what the manga frame looks like? I bet not.
And then, just to give you a heads up, hopefully Nicholas doesn't get too offended. I am trying to be fair with how the approach is. And then Saitama literally backhands him, sends him flying. Here's the thing, you don't actually see Goro getting pelted in the face in the panel. They added that in. That's something to know. Just to make sure.
Is that what the manga frame looks like? I bet not.
See? They added that part in, which was good of them, just to give the effect.
Alright, that was funny. But, wow, was it poorly executed?
Really? The times Saitama has knocked out Goro were just very brief. I know he was sent flying through the wall, and the other time he got karate chopped on the arm and he fainted, but yeah, there was a bit of difference. But it was meant to be a shallow punch. Plus, Goro was pretty weakened, so Saitama kind of has a vibe to how much it takes to knock out a person. Goro's took in more than one hit, so he's kind of got used to it a little.
I'm not even saying this to just hate on it. I feel like I'm watching a fan animation with Japanese, like, great voice.
I've seen fan animation. No, this is better than fan animation. I know there's ones people have seen by certain good animators, but no. This is a little better than certain fan animations in some aspects and then lower in others. You're not wrong. But overall, it's higher than the fan animation.
Acting right now. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, episode 1 was below fan animation. This one is literally fan animation. So at least we went from a 1 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10. Not even saying fan animation itself is that bad, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get your point. But realistically, not all animators I've seen have actually kept it up the quality of the character's appearance.
Oh, God. That's like me when I search my name in the algorithm. I can't find me. It's because YouTube wants to silence me because I speak the truth.
Well, considering he's over 100,000 followers and he's doing quite good getting people's attentions, I'd say he's doing alright with the algorithm. Way better than I'll ever probably do. Because, look, I don't have much of mine, but still.
One Punch Man. That was good. The fuck, man. Bro, when I see movement, it trips me up a bit.
Oh, yeah, the advertisements. Oh.
Look at him T-posing. That's all his anime needs is a T-pose. Alright, the light.
Oh yeah, just to recap where it goes on from there. Okay, so from there, Goro gets knocked out, and then he wakes back up by Tario stand by his side. They did pretty good on that. Okay, so I guess that'll be enough because it pretty much gets to the crux of it.
Went down. The sun's going down, meaning great animation is upon us. He is the hero, the One Punch Man, the Anpan Man.
Just to let you know, he did skip over a bit of dialogue, but he's just trying to get to the good parts, save time.
Here we go. This is the moment I've been waiting for, bro. Come on. We're about to get our 1 minute of animation right now. It's about fucking time. Nah, I don't want this shit. I don't want this shit. I want movement. Give me fucking movement. This is the fight. This is the fight that's been teased for a
Yeah, they're only getting into it. I hear you.
year. Stop staring and go home.
I did notice, like, the way they're being cut out, it makes me think of what way he edited it. But look, that's his own video. But I'm just wondering about the whole video, how much he had to edit that were legitimate, and then the other parts that were just to unfilter it, you know?
How many times they have to tell your ugly ass to leave? Leave! What does BG stand for? Big gay. Bro, what is this frame?
King the Ripper.
They really just put a fucking glow effect on this motherfucker's eye.
And on the illustration, strangely enough, he's called Royal Ripper. Which is weird why they changed. I know that's probably Viz Media's doing, but even still.
It's King the Reaper! Please, bro.
Yeah, you can clearly see there is slight animation movement. Still frames as people keep accusing of, but no. There is animation there. The sound there for it, but we'll see how it goes.
I can't get on my knees right now. I fucking beg you. JC Staff and Bandai Namco, whoever else y'all want to point the finger at. Please, please, bro. Just, come on. I don't want to just see PNG grass flowing through the screen. Please. Y'all gonna say they don't have mouths. That's why their mouths aren't moving. Don't use that excuse.
Yeah, like, he seems to be getting more into it. I mean, for the animation part, as well as the animation itself, is starting to evolve into some more with the 2D and 3D aspects on the show. It's really starting to show glow effects with the eerie vibes of Royal Ripper, being King the Ripper in this case, and then going into the fight animation scene. As seen here. You see the difference? There is more brightness in the background in Royal Ripper. So after that, it goes to the dialogue as we just seen in the animation, as Nicholas was just viewing, and Tario was just looking at Royal Ripper. Yeah, like even in the manga, they have it down as Royal Ripper. It's kind of weird. Now, it could be due to the translation, but even still, it makes you wonder. The intensity and the fear are slightly different in terms of animation. And then, as we get to here, this is where it ends in chapter 87. And after that, we'll be going to chapter 88. Now, there is a 7.5 or a 0.5 version. Probably a bonus chapter, or a bonus chapter. Sorry. As you've seen in the animation, they managed to squeeze this in here about Goro Saitama. I don't know if this was put into it, but we're going to see. So Nicholas is watching. It's really drawing him, and I don't blame him. He just wants the action. Like, we've all been waiting for the action. That's normal.
Bro, what the fuck are we watching? What are we watching right now? Seriously.
As mentioned, he really wants the action scenes, but in the actual manga, there is dialogue. That's one thing you gotta know. There's a lot more dialogue in Monster Association arc, which is this coming up.
What are we watching? Don't you fucking look at me.
That's Phoenix Man there.
By the way, I'm paying attention. My face is reacting to how ugly this shit looks.
You're not wrong, they are monsters, so what do you expect? Of course it's gonna be ugly. You're looking at a bunch of monsters, but the quality of art is gonna be kind of downgraded, even if you looked at it.
But I'm reading, I'm paying attention. I'm just fucking pissed, bro. Seriously. What do you want in the talking animation?
Yeah, it would put you off, but he's just being himself. Give him the benefit.
What, impact frames? Now, bro, I want to see something moving. I didn't know I was looking at a fucking web novel. He became the Shadow the Hedgehog. He was just like...
Yeah, now really you would expect a little bit of eerie motion with Orochi. This is the Monster King, by the way, that you'll see more of in the future of this season. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing Orochi's action scenes, which are pretty badass. Plus, he knows martial arts.
Like Garo. It was I who created him. Nani? Nandesuka? He's sitting back. He better go get involved. Nobody's gonna be able to handle Garo. Especially when they show that pre-animated animation. He's unstoppable.
Sorry, just a little tired. I do be up early in the morning, so I apologize for the yawn. Yeah, so it goes to the cutscene where Zombie Man is out investigating the incident where he found Armor Gorilla, who belonged to the House of Evolution. Animation and chapter scenes.
Bro, don't fuck up Zombie Man, please.
Come on, that don't look fucked up. That's pretty slick now for a Zombie Man.
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Up until this point right now, the episode's been fucking trash. Like, it's...
Really? Well, other than what happened with the flying grass, I will give you that. And you were expecting a bit more color to it, I guess. But look, as looked in the manga, there wasn't too much difference now, in fairness. You're not wrong. And plus, you did crowd some of the actual video and your reaction from what I've seen, which is probably to save time having you to run over the parts you don't like and put on the parts you do like, which is reasonable in that sense. Just being fair.
One step above the first episode. Like I said, the first episode was a 1 out of 10. So far, it's a 2 out of 10. But this part right here might take it up to a 3. Or
That's what I found funny when I made the comment in my replies, or was it something else? But yeah, when he said, I assume from that it's gonna be like his version would be like a 1, as he just mentioned, as to what the standard would be like a 5 or a 6. So yeah, he gives it more criticism, but like everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So hear him out.
2.5. We'll fucking see. This isn't enough. This isn't enough. Come on, give me something, bro.
There's not enough.
Fucking moment.
There's not enough suspense. There's not enough tension, atmosphere. It is lacking that. As we've seen in the manga, there isn't enough suspense and tension as seen here. We'll just go back up here. Actually, we're going into the next chapter. This is where it heads on in. Just for people to be aware. Just give it a moment to load in. So this is where it is now in the chapter. Garo is getting ready to fight. As you can clearly see, there is so much color or atmosphere, but the tension could have been there. The music was there, but there wasn't enough eerie tension. That would have really added to the flavor of this fighting scene intro. but then after that it cuts out for some reason, as everyone can see. So let's see.
Music is great. The character designs are fucking beautiful. Better than they've ever been, by the way. This is the best it's looked. Artistically. Now animate it. Animate it. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Show them you're a true monster, bro. Let's go. I don't know why they go off with the
It's supposed to show how much fear is in it, but yeah, I getcha.
kid design more than anybody else's.
Not wrong. The kid has more design and face than Gara actually gets emotions.
That's unacceptable.
And I can see why with Insect God. There's not really much palette color other than light and darkness. No gleam. For an insect, you would think that. You know, like insects have a shiny, what is it? Exoskeleton in this case.
How dare you save somebody? I don't care if it was a little baby that can't even say a fucking word. You killed that baby. You gotta be a stone cold killer. Yeah, work hard to gain our trust and murder that ugly child. Put him out of his misery. Even if you.
Well, I know that's your opinion, but that's way deep, lad. I get where you're coming from, but whoa, man, whoa. I think there's more to the reason why people are a little miffed at your reaction, how you phrase it. But that part there was kind of yikes. I get the emotions, but whoa with the words.
Kill the kid that's doing him justice. Because him living is bad.
You got me here now, but this part, I'll forgive you based on the overall thing. We'll see.
Google YouTube green screen for flash effects. That's not gonna do it, bro. Come on. We kill kids off like it's nothing.
Yeah, just to recap on the manga, how it goes from there to there. Funny enough, Mario's face isn't showing the fear as in the animation, but there it's a little more gleamed, like it's not as serious as it is in the manga. Even with Insect God, you can clearly see. Actually, was a reflection of his blades facing them. So we should see that here.
Google YouTube green screen for flash effects. That's not gonna do it, bro. Come on. We kill.
Yeah, no, the reflection wasn't there in it. With Royal Ripper's blades, if you notice in the manga, you could clearly see them. So they did skip out of that. Yeah, you would be a little disappointed there.
Kids off like it's nothing. Shit. How about y'all try to fuck with that mediocre villain? Hero.
And then we look at the aura. They're trying to improve on the 2D, 3D animation vibe. So let's see here. Gara should demonstrate an aura. They put an effort. They actually give it a radiant aura. More of a bloodlust. Very still. Yeah, no, they actually put an animation here. The coloring over was actually very nice to really give an impression of how Goro's hostility was towards the monsters. It could have been more bloodlusted, but no, what they did was pretty fine, I must say. So they have been improving with the animation. Like, look at that. That's actually very good. Even with the dark background beneath the reddish aura, they did a great job there.
How many times I have to tell you to go home?
He's really feeling with Goro's vibe.
Bro, just fling the PNG away. Did it to the others. Just go like this. See, shit like this I hate. I hate shots like this. Okay, I'll stop.
I don't know. You're right. Like FaceTime, it really kills the mood. Like being right up someone's face like that. But look, I get you. Jeez.
That was a full 360 turn almost. Whoa! Here we go.
Now, this took a lot of elegance and animation and special effects. It wasn't your standard 2D. Color and animation had to go in here. I know we're not looking at the full video,
1 minute of animation. We're about to.
but the thing is, I'm still wondering about Royal Ripper's blade. I know light shouldn't go on it, but in the manga, there's more refraction off of it, which is making me wonder. I'm not saying they're skipping over it because people aren't going to pay attention to that detail. But as you look, Gara goes to tell Tario to get away. And now he did skip over a couple of details in the video again. So now Gara is getting ready. So he did skip over that bit. As you can see, it's more lightning in this one, which they actually did a good job in comparison. They did give it aura around the Royal Ripper's blade, and Gara did catch it. And as you can see, there is more reflection off of it. If you look back, there's no motion there where he catches it, so they introduced that. So yeah, they did put an animation where it wasn't in the manga. See? So they're actually putting in effort in animation. Blade is done, and then he goes for a kick with his left leg into the side. So it's actually very good.
Get it! It's still slow.
There isn't as much force there, but it was a clean, nice kick.
This better be like the appetizer before we get to the entree, which is the next episode. Like, this shit's about to end, right? So they're showing this is the taste of what you're about to get. Yeah, it's literally only like 30 seconds of animation, but it gives me a little hope. Like that spin, that was pretty cool, but it's still a little slow. Like, this is cool.
As you clearly saw, there is a lot more animation put into this. So yeah, One Punch Man, it's only experimenting. Like I said in my video, which I'll go into after this, just to give you a rundown on what I think with season 3 is going to go on. Because I know I have it up on YouTube and people aren't probably going to bother looking for it on my channel. So I'll get it up there after this, just to give a recap of how I think season 3 is going to turn, including the situation surrounding how the animation for JC Staff is going to do, okay? So we'll just see how Nicholas finishes this up.
Give it that, finally. Like, this isn't gonna do this shaking fucking PNG shit, bro. What they just showed gave me a little bit of hope. Now give.
Let's see. With Insect God there, I'm pretty sure it's a little better, right? Yeah, so you go from there, Royal Ripper, twist his arm, and they did that very finessely. Tario then makes a move, and from there, you get a vibe. Now, they didn't go exactly according, but Insect God did give the sense of killing. So, I don't know, they could have did more, but look, he is an insect, so they did good on what he did.
Give me a whole episode or a whole fight looking like that, but a little better, and we'll be good.
Here we go.
Being
Oh, that really killed him.
nosy.
Won't blame him. Got to the good part and then cut off. I was like, ah!
While the commercial runs, I'm gonna talk about this episode. Was it a step up? Yes, but it went from a 1 to a 2.2, I'd say. It's no excuse to only have 1 minute, not even barely a minute. It was like 25 to 30 seconds of all right.
Yeah, and then the part where Garo was sliding didn't really help either. So let's go down here. As you've seen where Garo was sliding. Just to recap, but yeah, that's pretty much how it's true. See what his take is.
While the commercial runs, I'm going to talk about this episode. Was it a step up? Yes, but it went from a 1 to a 2.2, I'd say. It's no excuse to only have 1 minute, not even barely a minute. It was like 25 to 30 seconds of all right animation. Like I'd give the animation like a solid 5, right? You know what I mean? It's no fuck.
That's very generous from him. Like he said overall it was a 1 or a 2. But like he's beginning to give more graces that they're actually putting the effort. You can see that in his own way. He's starting to really appreciate because the artists are starting to put work in, as well as whatever the committee's point to budging it is. So we'll see there later.
Excuse when you have Garo sliding down the stupid fucking grass like you're sliding, you're dragging a PNG down the goddamn fields. There's no excuse. Who the fuck is making excuses for this shit, bro? I put the shit back on. I love Zombie Man. I love his character design, just like I love Garo. Not as much as Garo, but he looks sick. Like I want him to be given the world when it comes to anime.
Oh yeah, there is a scene in the monster arc which is going to be bloody gory with Zombie Man. Everyone, you think Garo is going to steal the show? Zombie Man has a really gory section that really are going to catch everyone's attention. I know you want power, but this is brutal. Zombie Man, I mean, is.
Animation and fights coming up.
No, he did cut out of it. I'm pretty sure it didn't just jump to that. But yeah, he's talking to Armor Gorilla. He's behind the sushi bar.
What is that? Oh, shit. Get him out there. We need his help. I prefer this at this point. I don't think I'm ever gonna.
You can't go around with the little details. Let's see how it was in the manga. That's from there. Now remember, he does skip over a few parts in the video. As for the illustration, it seems to be following suit. And then as Phoenix Man and Gorgoro have more conversations about the situation surrounding a Royal Ripper and Orochi and etc. etc. Then goes from there. Really just pulls the gun out. And then it goes talking to Armor Gorilla. I'm more surprised how it just stops just there. Like they put in a little bit of scene, but really it should have continued on. So this is Dr. Genius, everyone. He was in the episode season 2, episode 1, or season 1, episode 2, The House Evolution. That's where it gets off into the next episode. This is where it cuts off.
Sliding down the grass. People are gonna get so mad at me because I'm gonna point it out on Twitter. They're gonna be like, "Oh, look at him cherry picking."
No, he's not wrong. He's fair to criticize, and that's completely fair. Like, they could have easily, but the fact that they didn't even put a bit of wind or anything on his feet to give impressions of motion, to move the grass blades, just sliding PNG really would get person's attention when nitpicking, but I understand. But there wasn't even a sound when Gar was sliding down when you think about it. It's just focus on Tario.
Bro, I could literally send you any shot from the fucking episode, subtracting that final 40 seconds where Garo's fighting the two monsters, and it's the same point. It's that, yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't move at all. It doesn't move good. And when it does move, it's not enough. It is not enough whatsoever. So I don't want to see people saying, oh, look, there's movement. That's the bare fucking minimum. It's called animation. There should be movement. Oh, at least it's moving. What the fuck do you mean by that? Yeah. Duh. It's like if I upload a reaction, at least he showed up on camera. You know, over this past week, I've gotten so much shit from One Punch Man fans on Twitter.
And look, he's just being fair with his criticism, and the fact that his thumbnails really stick out, that's what's catching people's attentions. Like, as I said in my replies to his posts, the way he put them thumbnails, I didn't look at them until now, but when I took a glance at them, I was like, yeah, this is going to cause hate. The way he phrased it and did the thumbnail would piss off a person. Then his expressions really add to the character and charm. So yeah, the community is going to eat him. Now, I know Chibi Reviews did do reactions to it as well, but I'll look at him later if it's relevant on his criticism. Not saying it's bad or worse than Nicholas, but you never know. There are other people who are under the radar who are actually reacting to One Punch Man. So if I looked at everyone's various comments, and I don't know, like, what's your thoughts, everyone? Put it in the chat log there on the reaction. If you click on my video, you should be able to find a reaction there. Just say, like, say something. It's weird how it works on the phone. Yeah, but like, just say something there. If you want me to look at other people's videos, I'm not saying I'll have time, but just for people to see and criticize. If you're all venting your frustration, you can hear from other people's point of views. Now, I know I am not doing it without their consent, and I know in a way that's going to cause controversy with other people's opinions, but it's important. Like, as I showed in the previous live stream yesterday there on YouTube, there are various people who have reacted to season one, season two, and even before hyping it up, you know? It's like the One Punch Man community is there. I know I never reacted other than doing it through Nicholas's one.
They fucking hate me. They hate me. They're like, wait for the second episode. They've been saying this since the fucking beginning.
Really? Have really people been hating you that much? Like, in fairness, I did not know a single thing about you until episode 3, with some people and some of the party accounts for One Punch Man making points about you. I was like, yeah, funny enough, I followed you not long before that occurred because of Tectone. Like, that's how I found out through you. Like, you seem like a pretty good guy with chat and tweets and stuff. Like, you're pretty grand. In all fairness, I actually think you are. Then when it came to your expression and reaction, a whole other story and book showed up.
Wait for a trailer. The trailer never came out. Wait for episode 1. Episode 1 was fucking trash. It looked like a slideshow. It looked like a flash animation game on.
Like, everyone's still wanting more out of season 3. Now, as I was saying in my video, just to give an overview of how season 3 might go, based on what the trailers were, I actually think they were experimenting and they were only getting started up and they were kind of making it look bad. Now, that's my opinion on what I said in the video. I'll show you after Nicholas's video here.
The PC from like 2001, pre 9/11. Now it's wait till episode 2. And episode 2 was one little tiny step up, like not even 2 steps on the second step, 1 foot on the step. The final 30 seconds was animated, and it wasn't even like mind blowing. It was just good to see these characters moving a little bit more. There was more animation on the fucking kid's face. Why? I swear, the only animation you're getting this season is from Taro, the ugly fucking kid, and Fubuki. People are gonna hate this fucking reaction.
Yeah, and he kind of got that spot on, like, but at the same time, they had more facial expressions if you looked at the manga. I know you were looking for it. I know you really were, and that's fair. Like, Garo does make pulled faces and that. As well as Saitama. There wasn't much pulled faces. That you did cut them out, which is making me wonder why you filtered them out. Just a little bit of criticism, like why would you just filter out? Because you didn't do that in season or episode one, but you did in episode two because you must have got backlash, as you just said, over the week with the community. And I didn't even know people were watching your videos more than Master Media. He reacts, and yeah, he has over 3 million. Yeah, on the algorithm, for some reason, he's not getting as much views as you. That's the weird thing about it. Really, Master should be getting more views because he has a bigger audience. So it's like, why aren't people reacting to it? Like, I could show you a video Master Media reacting to it, and it's so different to Nicholas, which is kind of weird.
Action, especially on Patreon, because it's going to look like I'm just complaining when I have points to back it up. I'm understanding what's going on the screen. Okay, I'm not complaining about the story. The story is fascinating. I just want to see it moving. The pacing is fine. I'm not talking about the pacing. The pacing was way better this fucking episode. If anything, that was the best part of the fucking episode. But there's no movement. There's nothing. There's no reason to watch the anime over reading the manga. It's literally cameras moving up and down, characters still, mouth moving, and then maybe moving particles in the back or a moving cloud or two. Next week, though, everybody's going to be saying, oh, just wait till next week. Yeah, let me wait till next week for another minute or two of animation, and then 95% of the episode is just going to be PNGs like it's fucking been.
I don't know. It's gonna be more than that. It's getting warmed up. It really is. I know you
Already.
think
That's not
otherwise.
enough. Why are people settling for this shit? Seriously, bro. Like, it pisses me off so much. You know, it's one thing to enjoy it. It's another thing to reject criticism and people speaking the fucking truth like I am. Was this episode a step up? Yes. But like I said, it's not even 2 feet on the step. Guys, what'd you think of the episode? I'm going to give it a 2.2 out of 10. Let me know down below what you give it. It still looks like a Flash animation to me. But other than that, I will see y'all next Sunday with
Yeah. So like, I won't come on this one, but I will say, why does my mouse do that? Oh shit. Brush. Okay. Alright, now actually just should actually do the master media. I'm not gonna worry about Penguin Zero because he's a gourmet. He's no better than I am. He's just your average fan. And master media. Why am I typing incorrectly? One Punch Man. Season 3. Episode 2. See his difference in the video. I'm not going to show you as much, but it gives you an idea. Like, it's not as long, but Master Media does do a better job.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on
No,
it.
there's only 70,000 views on it for some reason. That's why I find it so weird. Like, there's so much more difference in it. Give me a second. Like, look, there's so much more screenshot on this. Because Master Media gets more. Like, he does ask the animators give their consent. Like, that's what you're supposed to. But it's kind of weird how it's shown different. Like, how Master intros it in comparison to Nicholas.
One Punch Man Season 3 was far superior than Episode 1. We got all sorts of action here.
Like, I don't mean to criticize. Nicholas does it his way, Master does it his way. You can clearly see the difference on how to introduce it to give a better reaction, better team. The whole point is to hype it up. The way Nicholas did kind of really butchered it and made it look crap. So that's another reason to criticize Nicholas in how he portrayed the anime and the reaction format. So, as you can clearly see, I'll just scroll through it just to give you an idea. And now Master does point out the obvious parts to it and all, as you can see. Like, he didn't miss out on the very eye-dropping parts, which are very important.
The character was exhibiting some sort of raw emotion, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you now. Something important, some sort of internal dialogue, and I felt like every time they used this, it actually meant something in this episode. This was actually a much more difficult episode to animate than Episode 1. There was all sorts of walking movements,
Yeah.
a bunch of combat scenes, so we finally got to see like what JC Staff is capable of, and I don't think it disappointed. In fact,
Yeah,
I think they did.
see? Now, the way Master Media actually portrays it is so much better. He actually brings it more life. I don't know why Nicholas is getting the attention, yet Master Media is actually bringing out the animation more for viewers to actually appreciate in a whole, giving better commentary, better points to the whole sub. Like, it really makes you wonder, like, how he's so underscored. And what I'll do is, I'll just do a share just for people to look. Like, this is how criticism should be done. Like, Master is so much more fair, and I don't mean to pick favorites. I know I got to know Master as an acquaintance just from talking to him via ways and means, as people know. So that's just my case. So let's see. Just go back to the post. I'll put this under it for people to review. I'm not meaning to criticize Nicholas, like, but still. Alright, let's see here. Alright, Star Media. Reaction. Then Nicholas's reaction. Sees episode 2. Now, I know people aren't probably going to watch it, but look. That's just people's sakes on it, you know? Episode 2. Okay, just to make sure to actually get the video. I know Nicholas is not going to be happy the way I phrase this, but that's just what I understand from what way you did. Just make sure to space it more passionate. Like I did already watch one Master's videos, so I already knew what the contents were. I know everyone wants to watch it, but if you want to watch it, I'll put it in the link for people to view. Okay? Then passion emotions. Oh, yeah. Taken out. Okay. Just to give people an idea of that. Now, since you have Masters put first, his would first show up. But yeah, that's that. I'll probably get to the other part later. I'll probably just do a little go over. But yeah, Master does a better introduction, just to give you an idea.
Pretty good job. Like some of the less important animations seem to be pretty stiff, but you can tell that for these highlight combat scenes, these big fights, they've definitely put in the extra work for the animation. And honestly, that's what matters. People can pick on the still frames, the PNGs all they want, but in terms of when this season is complete, are people going to like and appreciate One Punch Man Season 3? Literally is all going to come down to the...
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed in comparison to Nicholas to Master's video and how he portrays and reacts to it. Nicholas, he missed the most job shopping parts, and that's why I'm wondering, did he edit? Because why would he edit out certain parts of the video which don't make any sense? So yeah, like for Master to go in the entirety and go into the depth, as for Nicholas, I know he's getting hate, and that's fair. But it makes me wonder why he's getting more attention due to this hate by the trolls and the haters of One Punch Man community. Why are you just watching Nicholas? Take a look at other reactors. There's a bunch of other people. Please do that. Like there are people on YouTube who react to it. So look at various people. Choose people who you think might do appropriate content, you know? I'm not doing it because For one, there could be copyright claims I'll have to deal with. Probably not, since a lot of people are reacting to it, it seems. And two, like, I just want people to enjoy it. If you want me to actually give reactions, I will. But I'm not the sort of person who reacts to any animation. One being copyright. Not saying I will get a copyright with One Punch Man. Clearly, everyone seems to be just getting that, but I just don't want it. And two, I want people to enjoy their own vibe. If you really actually want me to give my entire take and reaction, because generally I just watch it in silence, but I would give my reaction if you want. Please do comment in the live post below if you wish for me to react to One Punch Man, to hear my take on the situation. Anyone willing to hear me out, please do chat log or whatever. Well, in the meantime, hear my words and also listen to Master's words.
Animation alone. That is the most important thing. And if the animation in the big fights is incredible, nobody's going to care about these PNGs. All right, let's dive into the episode where Garo goes over to a restaurant to replenish himself. He is starving and he is thirsty, and he orders everything on the menu and goes to town. This dude hasn't eaten in forever, and he's also monsterifying, so he wants meat more than anything, and he is just chowing down. And then he chugs a gallon of water and just slams that joint on the table like he just crushed someone in a drinking contest. We also see Saitama. He is eating at the exact same restaurant, and Fubuki walks in as Saitama just realized that he forgot his wallet, and he has no idea how he's going to pay for his lunch. So he had just ordered some French fries. Meanwhile, hentai director Shin Nagai gives us a close-up of Fubuki's chest as she's talking, because why not? And Saitama slyly offers her some of his French fries before he even takes one for himself.
Now you can see, I'm not saying I like my star for the reason, but you can see he has more enthusiasm, more vibe to his words as he reacts. And I'm not saying Nicholas or any of the others, but I personally like Master in that regards, how he portrays it, and he's just more accommodating and friendly when you hear him. So just if you really want to hear One Punch Man, please just listen to people who actually enjoy it and give more fairness and actually make it look positive. Because this is what JC staff do not desire: criticism and hate for inappropriate reasons. And if so, at least give it in the proper way, okay? If anyone wants me to try and give my take on it, just let me know. But in the meantime, just hear what other people have to say.
And if you know women, they cannot resist themselves around French fries. So Fubuki, she goes in, she starts eating one, and Saitama's like, holy crap, this trick is gonna work. And the emotion behind Saitama is so funny. But then they start screaming that because he's planning on dine and dashing, but that's when the restaurant starts yelling that someone dine and dashed. And Saitama's like, wait, I haven't even left yet. But it turns out it was Garo. He doesn't have money. He just
Sorry, just something in my throat.
ate everything and left, and Saitama says, oh, I'll go stop him. The perfect excuse to leave the bill for Fubuki. Then we get some really nice shots here. Again, these are beautiful shots. Just the whole production is incredibly pleasant to look at. In terms of the colors and the gloss, compositing, everything was done extremely well here. Phenomenal job here. Way better than season 2, on par with season 1. In a lot of these cases, I'm very impressed. Okay, let's talk about the blunder, because this is really unfortunate. I can already see it going viral on Twitter by haters of One Punch Man.
Sorry. But yeah, as it was mentioned in Nicholas, the criticism about the One Frame Man as the trend goes, with Garo sliding down the grass, but no line of motion. You don't see any shift in the grass, which is criticism for anyone. So this is a blunder, even if it's a few seconds.
They'll use this one little scene, the one flawed scene, to justify the entire anime being bad, which is so foolish. Yes, this should have been animated.
Yeah, and plus Garo's not even moving, but it pretty much is a PNG. Sorry to say, Garo was just and closed in.
A little bit better just dragging a PNG is never going to look
Yeah,
good.
like there's
They got to
slightly
at
more
least put some
motion.
shadows or some like slight green dust for the grass coming off his feet as he slides down. You
Yep.
could at least add line boiling or some shading boiling to kind of give it a little bit of movement. This was a total fumble. It doesn't have to be some crazy animated scene. They just could have added a tiny bit of detail, which would have made it feel more animated. Kind of like this scene, I mean, it's pretty much a still shot, but they added movement to make it feel animated and really pretty. I think they should have done the same here, and they really have to be careful about these kind of scenes because unfortunately they go viral a lot.
Yeah, and a lot more people in the last few years seem to be taken to the internet more. And because of that, there seems to be a lot more criticism and hate in regards to anime in particular. Not just for the fans, but also for the trolls, as well as other influencers. You gotta take to heart. So yeah, just to bear that in mind. Don't mind any of the popular influencers. Just take it in your own time. One Punch Man is improving. I honestly think it is. But pretty much from there, Master just goes over how the animation is done, portrayed, what made it so great, this and the other. If you wish to see more, just go watch Master's video. He does great reactions and he really goes into depth and detail in a positive way, better than I probably could because he's more experienced. So just go look at him on Master Media. Look at his channel. He has a bunch of different videos, and he has over 3 million, nearly 4 million subscribers. Like, how is he? He's only getting 70,000 views in comparison. Like, if you looked it up, I'll just copy this. Then gonna do another one. Open it up. We'll just see now how many people have actually reacted and make the difference. Memory usage, huh? And then take that part out. See here. We'll see who's got the most attention. We'll do it by view count. We'll go by view count. Come on. How is that even relevant? So, okay. These people have only been reacting. Like, really, a lot of people are reacting. You should hear it. They're only short clips, funny enough. They're only a minute long. Why is that? Why are people only doing shorts on this? Please don't do shorts. Do proper reactions. Troll it. Like, look at this guy. Like, look, what is it? Omar. I'll look at him. Go look at him there and see. I should actually do that. Save it to watch later. But yeah, how many people does he have? Open a link. If he has more viewers and yeah, he's not getting on the radar like with Master Media, this is kind of suspicious by my account. Whatever way the algorithm is going with YouTube. YouTube, this is why I criticized you before with the reaction. He has over 17,000 viewers or subscribers. Like, please look at his videos. Like, he has that many videos and no one's looking at. Honestly, what I should do is do a chain of links about creators that are under the radar. Yeah, that's what I should do. It actually be a smart move. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Just to give people an idea. Okay. Then to list other reactors. Hello. Someone's watching Detno. Okay, so I'm gonna list other people under this. And then take a look at other YouTube creators. I will chain this post with different accounts with more reasonable takes. Please do watch them. Okay, now I'll put his video here, and then what I'll do is I'll chain this for other people wanting to watch. As if people want to watch it, they can do it in their own time. I should like this actually. That'll be the first thing. He's gonna have advertising. Alright. Give it a like. He only has 20 likes on it. Because the algorithm on YouTube is really annoying. So everyone just give it a like. Felt that. Let's see what his description is. So let's see. He has a Twitch channel, he has merch, Johnny, and then he has other accounts as well. Then if you want to follow him on Instagram. I'll do the same for the other individuals. It went a bit of a rant, but end up enjoying it still. Well, let's see what he does, okay? Yeah, like, it's only fair, because I don't know what the party freaking accounts in One Punch Man are doing. They could honestly just share all the reactors that are reacting to One Punch Man in a positive limelight. Here they are, just like, typing away. They could be doing this, because they have all the time making all these cliche tweets. So let's see what he does. That was clearly done by one of the graphic artists. I can tell by it.
What is good, YouTube? We are back with another One Punch Man reaction. We are going to get straight into it today. Last episode was, the classic setup episode.
See, that was a great introduction. Well, that's to give points as to how One Punch Man is going, alright? So, yeah. So, I'll just name a few people down below. Not the ones that are crappy, in regards to all these shorts. Sorry, shorties. I don't do shorts. Like, look, I'm not doing shorts. Knock it off. Jeez, like, that is ridiculous. Like, how can people not even do it? Alright, we'll do it by relevance now. Give it a sec. Now, each of these people have been reacting to it in their own way. They all give their own criticism. It is weird, though, how the algorithm is working by relevance. And the filter has by video and relevance. That's what I found weird. Like, if anyone, Nicholas and Master Media should be the top one, but yeah, I don't know how the algorithm is working. Look, there's Nicholas. He has over 204,000 views. Like, the variation of how the thumbnails are done. I don't get this. Like, how is it it's being done so poorly on the algorithm for YouTube? Whatever this AI bot is doing, it's actually messing up people to find to actually look. Because, like, you can clearly see, and even this guy's like, the director, One Punch Man drama has gone too far. My reactions and thoughts. As you can clearly see, everyone is like, what the fuck is going on Twitter? Like, even Chibi reviewed it, and he's not even getting much. Is One Punch Man season 3 is saved with episode 2? Ah, la, no. No wonder people. The hate train seems to come on these people. But I don't get it. Like, shorts are so annoying. YouTube needs to really filter these out. They're actually annoying. And then the variation reactions, and I don't mean it in a bad way, they're not even addressing what's in the title. This is what you do. You type it in, the title should mention anything about season 3, episode 2. Well, it clearly is not. Like, I don't get it. Like, how is it? Like, Masters all the way down here, 70,000 views. And then you have other people who've reacted to it as well in their own way. It's just like, oh wait, that's season 1. But yeah, like the variations and how the reactions are done, it really makes you question, like, what is going on here? Like, why is YouTube's algorithm so crappy? It can't even get the actual videos out. I don't know how these shorts. Yeah, this is why I'm saying when I made a video about YouTube, as you can see. Alright, we'll go into that actually, just to clarify what I meant. Because YouTube's AI algorithm is actually fucking up the whole setup. I did make a video about that. Let's see. Give me a second. Strangely enough, I'll just go here. Like, really, I did a documentary on YouTube. What timeline history, this and the other. And I'll go into this for One Punch Man. Now, since mine is different in comparison to other people, you'll probably look at it a different way, okay? Which you... Okay, do that. So I'll remove my thumbnail, because like my reaction is pretty much the same thing. Don't want to confuse people with. But yeah, we'll just look at how I react to the video in whole, okay? To give you an idea of how I do this. Important to move on, but never forget. It's the most important thing in life. You'll never grow as a person. Yeah, so I'll skip that part. So basically, a lot of people have been commenting on the recent episode of One Punch Man, season 3, episode 1. You get people who are picky and try to nitpick at all the little details because of budget, whatnot. Look, it's a freaking episode. People are gonna make the style different. Just because it's not what you expect. At least enjoy the show. That's my first and only opinion that's relevant to the whole itself. As for the story, there has been debate about whether it was good or not, so the fact that they're getting back into it, that's the best thing about it. So if you have an opinion, good. If it's your reaction and trying to clickbait, you suck. Now let's get to relevant. See what I mean? Now I should recap. I misclicked on the wrong chapter, so the introduction was a bit off. But as you hear, I do develop it, but not in the organized manner people would expect. Good stuff. Hot stuff, Carl. So this is from the manga. And let's see, this is... Yeah, now, really, it should have started over here. As I went too far ahead, so I had to go back. So 12 minutes in is where I should have went and swapped that around, but don't worry about it. From One Punch Man Hideout. This is where it all begins in season 3. With lovely drama and story by One and Yusato Moriata. Apologies for the pronunciation, but a bit of a dulcet, so my pronunciation will slur. Will this searing pain lead to despair, or is it a new power growing inside him? Now, there have been some changes to it, because, like, Yusato Moriata, Like, who in heck is going to be able to compare that in terms of art alone? It's like, wow. Look, it's pretty awesome in all fairness. And then when you look at the animation, which one is it? I think it's this one, this one, this one. I think it's that one. Yeah, but it doesn't actually show in them clips that I didn't find. But there is a part where Garo is breathing heavy and just getting up out of his jail cell. That's when you'd be looking at. Where's Garo? Now, I'm not looking at the official because you only get tourists. But you can pretty much see looking at it. Viz Media does give a good relevant point to it. Yeah, so I'll do is I'll just skip over the parts because they pretty much go into that. So I'll just go here. As you can see with DOS, how the animation in comparison to actually her art is done. That's something. Now, you can see from certain designs, it's not actually the same. If you look in here, is it? Where is it? Like you can see her arm and her eyes. Shows as the extra person. Oh, it's pretty much fine. No, the audio seems to get a bit choppy there for some reason. I didn't know because I didn't review the video entirely. So just for anyone who is coming in, I'm just going over the video I did. To give a breakdown of my own opinion and criticism how One Punch Man in the entirety of the season prior to actually doing all the reactions of the actual episodes going into the details. If you do want me to actually say in the comments, and I will actually do a reaction video at the end of the week, because I'm busy doing other stuff, so I don't really get as much fast time as everyone else to do. I could do it now, but really, unless you actually want me to, say in the comments, I'll actually review it, give my own opinion of the whole situation. I know I'm not great with editing since I've been out of practice for the last few years since I have been doing a lot of stuff, but as such, the animation quality. But you can see with the arm, they've kind of changed it up just to make it more easy for the animation. See? Very straightforward. She's still plump. They still didn't get the wrong, just not as pointy. Well, she will be pointy in it. They are hiding somewhere. I know that for a fact. People aren't really paying attention to the overall thing. The fact there's outlines on it, that means one thing. And people aren't probably aware. They think it's 2D. No, it's not 2D, it's 3D. And this is what's gobsmacking most people that they can't cop that. Though I'm no animation artist, I can clearly tell the art that was overlaid or rendered onto this is 3D in fact. People just don't know yet. It's just looking at one perspective. That's the part that people are missing. And it's like, how the hell do you think it's 3D and not 2D? Well, people just think it's just a shading. Now remember, if it's Blender or anything like that, you can leave out the shadowing. That is a thing. That is options. Like you can leave out certain options there. Just my thought. Bear with me when I get to the other relevant part. Well, I was meant to be talking about Darkshine, right? So Darkshine will appear in the next chapter. So I'll open this up. Yeah, and this is where I went into the wrong section. So just bear with me as I explain, and then I recap on where he actually is. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Just to know, I didn't prep, so I was a little out of practice with where the chapters and that were. So I'll make sure to go back. Just over, just save. There now. Just save people having time here. 86. Oh, 85. So it's starting at 85. So chapter 85 is where it started off from. As you can see, yeah, they haven't spawned. Let's see, and since I can't really like be animated out, you can kind of see it from here. Now make sure to mute it. That's first and foremost. Yeah, I was just trying to correct and pretty spawn. The intensity is there in Iris now, that's the thing. But they did shade it differently. It is still to the One Punch Man team, and you saw tomorrow after they do it slightly different, but it's there. The composure's just been hidden. Now to see what tanked or Darkshine, just to see comparison. You can clearly see how Darkshine got changed out there, right? The eyebrows aren't as thick, the nose isn't as pointy, the lips were kind of redone. So there's no lip balm on it this time. He's more chiseled towards the other one. That's the only difference. Like, Darkshine's has just been slightly changed, but it's actually gooder than what I've seen. And they did a pretty good job with Pig God and that's why they made her more freaking plump in the whole thing. Then when we look at it there, they really got Tatsumaki a bit more sassy in this, which is kind of cool. And then you had the serious fight. There you see. As you can see there with the light comparison. Like, I know her mouth's open in this part. She does talk. But there's more gleam in her eyes. There's more color in it. We kind of overdone Tatsumaki there. So that leads me to believe there's actually more hidden in their art that people are really missing. I actually think it's going to be very good, this episode 3. People think episode 1 was great. Nah, episode 3 is going to blow it out of the water. And you're like, no way. Yeah, I know everyone's like, nah. But like, this is what I made in the video. If you look at from the start and listen out, I know it's a little disorganized, but really, in the entirety of this, I actually think season 3 is going to be great. It's going to start off slow and bad. It's going to be a little slow pace, but it will kick off good. I said in episode 5, it's really going to kick off good. All the haters can say what you like, give your criticism, you can chat to me, but this is why I personally think JC staff is onto something. I know it's just intuition, gut instincts, but I really think they are. Everyone thinks Bandai shitting on them. They're just holding on to pride, and I hope she Shinpan does okay. Like in fairness, it was a lot for him to take in. I hope he's doing alright. I know he only speaks mainly Japanese, so I hope he does alright. Poor guy went through a lot. Just because they don't have a map on the side, you think they're gonna blow it out of the water? You damn bet. They're sure they will, and I know that for a fact. I could just tell by when I watched episode 1. I would like to play it, but not spoiling it for people. It's only new. I'm only just giving the trailers and teasers. And if you want to look at the manga, please do. I really think they're putting a lot of effort into it, and they're doing a great job. You just need to get into the rhythm. You're just getting into it, pretty much, because they kind of have to keep it hidden from all the freaking spoilers, like certain reactionary channels do be. But you know yourself. But look, that's just my take on it. But really, I think it's going to be great. As you can clearly see, oh, it's doing good. There isn't as much vibrancy with the voice actors in the sub categories, since I don't know, because I've always listened to translated English version, so I have no idea. But I honestly do think it's going to be great, and they've improved on it. Still, give Orochi a red vibe is like, oof. and they give the little serious background instead of the pictures, which kind of make it even better, I think. Like giving color in the background rather than the environment actually portrays a great way to view this. It's like you gotta go blam, boosh, like something out of an old cartoon, because that's what One Punch Man is. It's just like living life in the moment. That's what it was always about. You get away. Why are you even mounting off there? Jeez. Well, yeah, it really portrays. As you can see, it shows all these characters called the Monster Cadre, and you'll learn about them more. But the coloring and the after effect in the intro, as well as the opening theme with the lovely song No Satisfaction by Baby Metal and Jam Punk. No, it's Jam Project. I screw up. I did mention it in the description before with the butcher up on the words. Jam Project and Baby Metal made no satisfaction for the theme song. Still, though, I don't know. They could have left more to it. They kind of left it in suspense for an opening theme. High and dry. Unless they change it midways in the episodes, like just say after episode 12, they kind of change it up. Yeah, that would actually help. But the way it is, it's just kind of dry, even for an opening theme. It's going to be great. I honestly think it's going to be a great episode. Now, I know it's not much suspense since they're only giving you little teasers, but I honestly think they put in a bit more effort than people realize. And they kept it to their word. No, I'm not being a hypocrite, criticizing my own words, but I still stand by what I said. They are putting in the effort, but it's not showing just now, but it's getting there. It's showing. Episodes weekly drop on Sundays at 8:15 in the morning. PT, Hulu in the US, Disney in Canada, Netflix in Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, Crunchyroll in Latin America, and Oceania. I'd like to watch that, but since I'm from Ireland, I'll just have to watch it on my local channels, you know? But yeah, that gives you a rundown of the whole style. So as for the art style, I know it's kind of differently portrayed, but that's just One Punch Man. As you can see, it talks about from episode 85 and it gets cut shots. I know they don't look as clean as Morata's, but they're just trying to get a feel for it because I'm pretty sure they don't all have the same elegance as Morata, but this is all animations. I think they were working with them because the fact they have thick outlines, as you can clearly see in this. I know with the dark side change, I kind of missed that. Oh, I like the derby face that it was really made him so much cooler, but I guess they just didn't have the means to blend it in. That's what I'm saying. It's 3D animations. It ain't your typical 2D because they're definitely doing. It's not CGI either. It's something else. Whatever they're doing, they're really keeping it hidden. That's just my take. I know I'm no expert with 3D animation, shade, and whatnot, but I can clearly tell they're hiding something in the animation. I could break it down by look at it, but other than the trailer from Viz Media, I'm not showing you the actual thing because like I'm not well known. So if I do, it's very likely I'll get copyrighted by Bandai Namco. No, this is just my understanding of the situation. I probably might or mightn't, but even still, even on the algorithm with YouTube, the way everyone's getting views are hit and miss. Whatever it is with YouTube, unless it's just YouTube downplaying the anime reactions because of the case with the car companies affecting Japan at the moment and also censoring certain animations to be viewed on the internet. I have noticed that. So that could be another reason why One Punch Man is being downplayed in comparison to the Ichi slice of life type of animes that are getting more hype more than necessary. Just say Konosuba, ReZero, another new anime like Demon Slayer and that. They're all getting more reaction and hype for some odd reason. Like, and that's why I'm led to believe that the algorithm, whatever way the AI bots and scripts have been doing it, has really been butchering it on YouTube. That's why I said YouTube sucks. Because whatever management did on AI with the IT staff, they've really fucked up the whole setup of people searching YouTube nowadays. That's why I kind of had to fix up my channel and stuff a little. That's why I'm doing the editing, just to make sure all the hashtags and the keywords come out for when people actually try to find me on YouTube in comparison how I did it before. But this is why it's a lot harder for people to actually get more recognition on YouTube, I find, to believe. Just to let you know, everyone. And I know, so I need to be careful about how I view it. So I can only look the manga and reference to the parts and such. And really, it's spot on. Though they've really butchered Metal Knight's face. And not in a bad way, but they really made his beaver face stand out. Say who it is, because he's also known by the name of Doctor. Like, they got to right up the steps. They really took it slow pace, I think. It's like the vibe, it's slow down for this. Like, everyone needs to slow down. Oh, and that's Master Whirling Winds, I think it is. Jano is still having that series where, like, they really got it down to a T. But here's the thing. What was it? So it's not episode 87. It only goes 86 and 85. So you know yourself. But the thing is, a lot of people have been reacting to One Punch Man and giving their takes. Won't give you any spoilers. I said stop. If you're gonna watch it, stop. Jeez, like have a bit of respect, man. I didn't mean it in a bad way towards chibi reviews. It's just the animations that were all playing themselves on Twitter. That's what annoyed me. I meant. Reviews, you really are just taking the piss. I don't know what's up your hole, but stop that. These are like he was just nitpicking at the whole thing. Like I was saying with a lot of animators and reactors, well, more reactors, how they phrased it. And that's why he got hate. And same with Nichols, but Nichols seems to be getting freaking more hate than Chibi on the Twitter for their takes on it. Like it's fair with their criticism, but geez, lad. I know it was only back with the trailer, but even still. They're just trying to budget. Since they have a limit on their budget, I know you want them to just splurge out, but like, no. They'll splurge out, but they're not doing it to what you want. You're doing it based on the community, bud. And One Punch Man. As you can clearly see the parody accounts, this was the top view, even though it's only 25,000 at the time. Just to recap how the situation is right now. But yeah, like if you go here, no, with the freaking yokes. We'll go with season 3. Come on, click on it. I really worry about the search engine sometimes. Yeah, but I'm not following all the One Punch Man accounts. Jeez, there's way too many of them. But yeah, like everyone's getting their own takes, and they're getting more noticeable in the last few weeks. As I was saying, this is who your frustration should be on for One Punch Man Season 3. Production committee responsible for profiting. Let's see what DMZ Rima. This is the One Punch Production Committee responsible for profiting off of low quality anime work because they don't think it needs better to make profit. They set the low budgets and tight deadlines. Animators get all the hate. As I mentioned before with the video I showed about with Monster Media. Remember what I showed you before? Like, go click on the channel and type in anime industry. I have it in the previous one. I should actually chain it to it, the way people will be aware of the reactions. You know? Actually, what I might do is just copy that link. Then I'll go to my prior one. I should really bookmark it, but that's the whole point. See, bookmark. Let's see, live. Do that. Then go down to here. Like, that's me IRL there. Like, there's 94 views, and I appreciate people actually taking their time to actually look at it. And then what I'll do is put this here. Second part to my live reaction. Situation to recap. Just at least then, if people want to find it, they can look all along. Just to make it easier, okay? Makes it so much handier when you keep it to one post. Like, that's really how people should do it, you know? And then, as I was saying, yeah, if you wish to find me, just look at Guardia Files on YouTube. Like, I have it. If you just type it in on my Twitter profile, you'll find it. Like, I know it's very little viewing, but I try to keep it neat and organized. I know I'm not the most elegant, but at least I keep my format simple enough for people to view, you know? Like, I even stayed at the end in the actual episode about parts where the panels are taken out of context and then replaced with other parts. Just make sure to at least look at it, you know? Anywho, so that's it for that part. So, whatever else you want me to look at, please do tell me. Uh, happened to got you. Yeah, right, bud. I'm not doing that. Seems to be one bot. You know yourself. But yeah, just take a look at One Punch Man Hall. But yeah, he makes a valid point, as I was saying. Yep. And then One Punch Man TV Tokyo, Atlantis. These are people who are streaming it and profiting off it. And he even did that as well. So for people to actually repost it, get it out there. Oh yeah, actually. Hey, party accounts, actually look at this, you silly oxy. Take a look. Probably be better for the whole One Punch Man community. Hashtag One Punch Man. Hashtag One Punch Man. Season 3. Troll. Drama. Attention. Hopefully everyone retweets and share this. Also at One Punch Man. This way they can all actually retweet and share this, because this is most important. Because they're not going to know or bother. They're just trying to keep it positive. Well, I'm just going to redirect it in a positive way. I could go with that, but that one will get my on a comeuppance, you know? They're not the same. There. That should help with sharing it out anyway. Hopefully people actually go and take a look. And then you have your haters. Who is this? Like, I don't know what people. I'm not going to search your accounts, so I'm just taking a look. Yeah, I hear you. You're not wrong. Yeah, but he's only one example. There's only a minimal amount of views, but please share it around everyone, okay? Because people have been sharing and communicating One Punch Man. Because everyone, right now, you have the people pull the fighting, while others aren't directing the rage in the correct opinion. This is why I was trying to make the points. Directed at Bandai and all communities involved in the companies that are profiting off this whole situation here. Preview next episode. That is not relevant. Not for right now. Then you have your people, for everyone defending One Punch Man. Remember, One Punch Man production, JC Saw, took us for granted. If, even on my phone, make a better animation than this one. Demon Slayer, my hair. You troll. What did you even say? Let's see. The mid-tier anime. Let's talk about the plot and okay. Like even this one did it. What way did he phrase it? This is an improved version now, outside the original. Because this is probably an animator, is it? No, but he definitely did some. I like it. Because that would have been what would have been relevant. Even if it might be AI, that actually gives a better idea. Because it looks very clean. The other runners do look a bit fishy there. Apologies for the gas. Just that's internal smoke for you. And then people making accounts, anime news and facts. Over 300,000 follows. I don't follow half of these because not all of them are relevant. They give their own takes, but generally to the point. But as I said, I'm pretty sure it's and then not an M. Shinpei Nagi has deactivated his account because of all the trolling and that really took a toll on him. Then you have the positive ones. No, I actually meant I counted up all the front page covers of characters and organized that just to keep it up to date for people who ever wanted to. I could get it all for you, as you know. Then you have your positive people and Jacksepticeye. I am really annoyed why you would do that. Like, look, really, I knew your base, but doing that was stupid, lad. No offense. I did criticize him. And look, I got 19,000 views. Jeez! I got more views than Nicholas. Sean, literally. That's Jacksepticeye's name. think before you tweet. That's Sean throwing the wrench and hitting the community. In this case, One Punch Man, the season 3 production. That's what he did. Sean literally. Think before you tweet. But yeah, as you go down, people refer to the parts where the animation got destroyed. Jeez, I didn't know it was that bad at Meliodas animation for Seven Deadly Sins. And then people are starting to meme on it. Did I actually get the most views? I think I did. I actually got... Did he actually react? Oh, it's just someone else. Yeah, because Nicholas won't actually react to me. I figure as much. The moment he gives in or anyone, you know that's going to give out. But yeah, there's different types of animations and memes and that going on. I actually think... No. I remember saying can we get better from season 2 and then announced that they need to go ahead and take it behind the woodshed at this point. Bring it to Chippers. Yeah, but next to him, I actually, and then this thought this was just another blue check farmer by Shaq Setsukai. I have no words for how disappointed I am. Of all the entire episode, there's 3 seconds of animation that is questionable at worst. And it's manga, still, it's manga is accurate. The rest ranges from average to great. That is a fair point. As you see, people are all just giving criticism and this and the other. But yeah, other than that, the video pretty much goes on with more tweets. But yeah, I have the third most viewed comment. Clearly, I must have done a dent to that fella, and he didn't want to respond. But yeah, it pretty much goes on from there. Everyone's talking about the One Punch Man community, so just keep positive. Just encourage the staff. Be positive. Meme whatever you like. Get out there. Okay? Just try and keep it up and look, if people want to talk to me, just say so. DM me. I actually don't mind. If you can hear my voice, please do. If you feel shy, look, I'm not the sort of person that goes and what is it? Yeah, that's the Q laptop, thanks. But yeah, if you want to talk to me about it, I'm not the best because like I'm not like a proper party account and such. But if you want me to do a live chat where you can all interact and give your takes on it, please do. Like on the weekend, I'll probably get to do it with you. I'll chat to you, see what I can say. No, I know I haven't done it on Twitter, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people wanting to talk. There's gonna be a lot of people wanting to talk. And is there any options here? Broadcast ask to follow. Oh yeah, what I could do is follow. How do I do that? Ask to follow, ask to share. Sure. This is so weird how Twitter works with stop on X now. Yeah, we'll just keep it going. When Madhouse got offered One Punch Man season 4, but they saw what y'all did to season 3. What's this guy saying?
Hey, look, Braun. We're good, bro. You can go. You don't have to. You can hang around. Still great, but you can go. We're all good here.
Yeah, like really it is mad to hear such things. Then it goes to other things. What is this? Oh, Shimbunagi. Yeah, I thought it was mispronounced with the Shinpi. So which one did he actually do? I know he did some. What was this? proper. Yep, he knows his stuff. I'll give you a like for that. Chibi has good taste. Yeah, just keep that in mind, everyone. It will get better, I promise you that. Look at my video, take a look at it, okay? It will get better. So, let's see. I'm going to end the stream there because I have other stuff to do. And I have to get my rest. I have work again in the morning. So, I apologize for a short stream again, but please do chat away if you want, okay? See you later. Sandwichy, I'll see you later, okay? Actually, just make sure not to forget the reactor. See you in a bit. So, stop on the kick. Stop on Twitter. Really need to fix that.